Previously on Cat's vlog.
I don't want pain. I just want me. Cause I can't please. I don't want.
Oh my god, I could not open up the door. The door is stripped. What the heck? I'm stuck. Help me! Help!
Go, 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 go. They like that, so go.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another mini vlog. I'm going to a breast cancer awareness initiative event with Detroit fashion community. So let's get ready. Per usual, I was running late and I did not get to show y'all me getting ready, but this is here me at the event. This was at a location I never been to. It's called the Pink Mall on Detroit, Illinois Fashion Strip. So this is me going to the event, and it's so beautiful. Pink is my favorite color, so everything was pink and it was on theme. Hello. Hello, how are you? Hey, Steph. You looking handsome. I like the bow tie.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I work on it.
Breast cancer, cancer awareness, it's just something that we really pay particular attention to when we want to spread the message to always ensure that as women that we are checking ourselves and that
When they say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you fucking right. Body rude is unpolite. Done me in a humble life. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm trying to go good tonight. All the hoochies left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it.
leaving home with wonderful prizes. So, just raise your hand if you know the answer. And but correct, that is false. You can get breast cancer even if it doesn't run in your family.
True.
True.
I'm a testament to that.
You still need mammograms after menopause.
True. Yes.
Men can get breast cancer.
True. Yeah.
It's like give out some prizes for everyone. Yes.
Thank you.
But it's important to see a healthcare provider about the changes you notice in your breast. So it may not always be cancer, but always if you feel something, make sure you go get it checked out. Right.
In heaven.
Margaret Gresham Sims is a longtime friend of my mother's of over 30 years, and they are both survivors. And they're just going to share some of their story of survival and detection. Would you like to start, Miss Margaret?
I can start. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
When I first noticed this month, so I just was like, don't trip, because I had one in the other side since before I even had breasts. This is tell the truth. And so I just wasn't worried about it. So I make an appointment and see the doctor anyway. I see the doctor, he sends me for biopsy, he do the whole nine. I go and I talk to everybody, there's a plan, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, but by the time it was time to do something, the whole plan changed, because the type of cancer I had liked the hormones, so we can't do this plan we first talked about. So I ended up having to have the chemo and the radiation. So I'm like, okay, well, this is what I have to do, let's just do it. So I had the surgery. He says somewhere between the biopsy and surgery that this thing had grew twice in size. I'm like, okay, well, let's get it out. So there was no, I work downtown in Fort. He said, I don't have anything open on my schedule. here for like a month. I was like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me it's grown double since biopsy, and I'm gonna wait till 2 months. No, we're not doing that. He said, well, I have an opening in Bluefield. I said, I got a car, so let's go. So I had the surgery, and in my mind, I think I had surgery. I came home, I went to bed, but my daughter tells a whole nother story, so thank you for her not having the jokes here today. So I had the port put in because, you know, now I have to have the chemo and the radiation, and I'm like, you know, I'm getting married. Don't be cutting me open like that. I got a strap of the stress that's paid for, not buying a new one, okay? So we did that. So I had my 4 rounds of chemo, and then I had a little over a month of radiation. And everything, yeah, it gets crazy because I have never talked about it. Do you hear me? So the good thing is, after all of that, it's been 16 years for me. And I say to you, do your self-examinations. Take a friend, make sure you have your exams. And if it's in the family or not, because they first told me that my sister had it first.
Okay.
They told her, since it wasn't in our family history, that it was just probably going to happen to her. But the 1 year I'm walking for her, and the next year I'm walking for myself, so it's not exactly true. So you got to be smart and take care of you. Thank you.
Thank you. One of my childhood friends since 4th grade.
And like Miss Margaret, this is something that I don't talk about. It is very difficult. But for April, there's probably not much that I wouldn't do. So I have, at the time, some, as I like to call them, almost meenagers, and I had this new little baby, and we were sitting on my husband's side of the bed eating Cheez-Its. And he was fussing about us getting these crumbs on his side of the bed. And I grabbed myself to say, I ain't going no. That felt different. We ain't going nowhere. I'm thinking, oh, this is just in my mind. So I touched it and I couldn't find it. So I touched it, and I touched it one more time. And I was like, that didn't feel right. So I went to take a shower, and I came back and I said, hey, I felt something that don't feel right. You know, I need you to feel this and see how you miss it. So then I touched it one more time, and he said, yeah, go get that checked out. So we went to get this checked out. My doctor said, oh, you just had a baby. It's probably a clogged milk duct. You're too young. You have no family history. I have no family history. Not on either side. It didn't feel right. I said, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing checked out. I went to get it checked out. They did an ultrasound. They wanted to do a biopsy. Those people started swarming. I said, uh-oh, something ain't right. So I started praying. I was like, Lord, you hear me? Now, I know I ain't had myself together like you want me to, but you don't remember I'm one of your favorites. So, you know, this can't be my life. You already did all this work on this man and these kids. You couldn't be about to take me away from here and let somebody else get off this good work. So, you know, this couldn't be my story. This could be for me, but it was for me. So the call I got on my way, driving into my job, she said, hey, we have your test results in, and Dr. Nine would like for you to come in and see her. I said, ooh, you want to see me face to face? They said, yeah. I said, should I bring my husband? She said, that'll probably be a good idea. I pulled over right then and began to cry because I already knew what they had to tell me before I got there. The doctor apologized profusely, and although it wasn't her fault, at the time I definitely associated some blame with her because the type of cancer I had was extremely aggressive, and had I done what she told me to do, somebody else would have been enjoying the fruits of my labor with my good husband and them kids. So I digress, and I bless God for that gentle nudge that made me go ahead and go on. Let's talk about the choices telling the parents all of the things, you know, the old people, and I love the old people because the old people raised me real, real good. But you know, they believe that when they cut you open, it's gonna spread, and you know, so I had all these things going from the north to south, everywhere, like, okay, Lord, I need you to steady my mind and let me know what it is that you want me to do. I'm gonna live and not die. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna decree and I'm declare it. I don't care what those other people said. This is not my story. I'm going to live. Because you know, them kids, I put a lot of work into them kids and their husband. Nobody else shall enjoy the fruits of this labor. So I decided that I was going to do whatever it is the doctors told me to do. I was a little bit non-traditional with mine, like people can tell you the can and the this and the that. I blocked all that out. I made a pledge before God that I'm going to trust you and I'm going to trust you. Everything those people say, we're like, boop, 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 boop. Okay, tell him, boop, 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 boop. Tell my one of my best childhood friends was there. I was like, can you take notes? Because I can't ingest this right now. And I'm really not sure I'm going to read them because I told God I'm going to trust him, and that's what I'm choosing to do. And that's what I did. I'm not saying that you don't listen to science, because I'm a firm believer that faith without works is dead. But the first thing that I did, ask the doctor after I fired. The first one was, do you believe in God? And she said, I've never been asked that before. I said, well, it's real important to me because if you don't, we done here. So the next one, she said, well, I don't know if I believe in your God. I said, well, tell me about the one you believe in, because I need to make sure we on one accord. And then I had to ask the surgeon, do you believe in God? And they also asked me, nobody has ever asked me, I said, see, that's really important because you got my life in your hands, and you see I got these kids and this man, and nobody else shall enjoy the fruits of this labor. And my team was phenomenal. The doctor, my oncologist,
Dr. Diamond Moore, and she's a family medicine doctor. Facts and statistics. 1 in 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. And in 2024, an estimated 310,720 women and even 2,800 men will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. Just like we have here today, chances are you probably know somebody with breast cancer, even personally know somebody with breast cancer. And I don't share these statistics to fearmonger, but just to basically say it's important to understand some of these facts and statistics so we know how to advocate for ourselves. We take it as an importance to take care of our health and make sure that we are up to date with our prevention and our screenings. I'd like to say, even though that is kind of a high statistic, there is hope. Over the years, there have been so many advances in screening and treatments that allow women, even if they are diagnosed with breast cancer, to have a 99% survival rate in 5 years. So basically, yeah. So basically that means that if someone was to get the diagnosis of breast cancer, it's not a death sentence immediately. Within 5 years, they could be living a full, healthy, meaningful life